Greetings and welcome to the first episode of Leadership Edge. I'm Dr. Siobhan Stewart, your leadership development coach and trainer. It's my privilege to be your host. It's my privilege to go on this journey with you. You want to know a little bit about Leadership Edge? Well, first and foremost, it's a blog that is attached to Global Leadership Techniques. And we are expanding it to be a YouTube show where we are going to dedicate ourselves to providing leadership strategies and actionable tips to women to help them navigate their career and personal growth. Through interviews, expert advice, and real life examples, we aim to empower women to step into their full potential and lead with confidence. Whether you're a rising leader or a seasoned professional, this show offers practical tools to help you elevate your leadership journey. I want you to be successful whether you are in the marketplace or in ministry. Aren't you excited? I know I am. Well, today we have two areas that we're going to discuss. The first part I want to just highlight, which is very important to me, is history. I am a history buff. I love history. And where would I be if I didn't recognize this month of February? It is Black History Month. But when you get to know Dr. Siobhan, you'll recognize that I celebrate all history 365, especially Black history. I recognize that you can't put us in a box, which is a month. We have had so many achievements in the centuries, regardless of oppression, regardless of slavery. Our people have prevailed and excelled, and we are here. And I can speak for myself. I am here because of the ones before me, my ancestors. So I stand on their backs. I stand on their backs proud. And I know if I was to go back a couple of generations and talk to a great grandmother or great grandfather and say, this is what I have accomplished, they would be proud. So why not acknowledge Black History 365? Join me in the journey as we do so. So this month and this day, I decided to highlight who I call our unsung heroes. Why do you say that? Well, we know about Oprah Winfrey. We know about the Michelle Obamas. We know about Rosa Parks. We know about Mary McLeod Bethune. But there are unsung heroes that we never learned about in class. And so I want to highlight those heroes for us today. Well, the person that I selected, her name is Dr. Alice Ball. She's a chemist. Dr. Ball developed the first effective treatment for leprosy, known as the Ball method, which was used decades until it was replaced by newer therapies, making an example in the medical field. She was the first woman and the first African-American woman to earn a degree in chemistry at the University of Hawaii. Sadly, she died at a young age, and her contributions were not fully acknowledged until after her death. Well, today I want to toot the horn and I want to pat on the back Dr. Alice Ball for making such a significant impact on the area of medicine. We salute you. Let's give her a hand clap. Woo! Dr. Ball, Dr. Ball, thank you so much for your contributions. And thank you for opening up the doors for other African-American women who have gone into the field of medicine, who have become chemists and are continuing to make a difference within the field of medicine. Well, thank you so much for joining me for that Black History moment. And we're going to go on with today's topic. Today's topic is Own Your Leadership Voice. Embrace authenticity, assertiveness, and empathy. Ladies, 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 it's the voice. Are they hearing your voice? Have they tried to silence your voice? Well, yes. Study history, you'll learn. When men have tried to keep women silent, but in the end, we still prevailed. And so I'm here to tell you that your leadership voice is a powerful tool. True leadership comes from embracing authenticity while balancing assertiveness and empathy. So it's important. You got to have assertiveness when you speak, and you got to show empathy. Because if you can combine those two when you're using your voice, you'll be able to reach people, people will be able to receive from you, and you could potentially see greater change when you combine those two, assertiveness and empathy. When you lead from a place of self-awareness, that means, are you aware of yourself? Are you confident in yourself? You'll be able to inspire others to do the same. Your voice is important, and I'm here to tell you your voice needs to be heard. There are tables that are waiting for you to come to, but you have got to get to a place of confidence to where you are very confident in your voice being heard in those boardrooms, your voice being heard on those stages where you're speaking, your voice being heard behind the doors where no one else may hear but the ones that are in that room. But you want your voice to sound loud. You want your voice to roar. So I'm going to give you this scenario I want you to think about, and you'll be able to make a comment. Imagine you're leading a team meeting where a critical decision needs to be made. Some voices dominate while others remain silent. How would you create space for all perspectives while staying confident in your decision making? Decision making doesn't mean you let others bombard you. Decision making means you hear what others are saying, their voice, and you, in the end, as the leader, take hold of what has been said and you make an assertive and an accurate decision that will benefit the team at the greatest amount. So if you have a team of 50 people, you want whatever your decision is to make an impact on at least 75 to 80% of that team. Because we have to remember, we're not here to make people happy, because we're not going to always make people happy. But when we allow their voices to be heard, they do feel appreciated and they do feel like they are a part of the team. So here's some tips for you, because I want you to think about that scenario. I want you to meditate on that scenario. 7 empowering tips to own your leadership voice. Well, some of you are asking, I'm not really a leader. I'm going to ask you this. Do you live in your own home where you are the one making those decisions on how the rent is paid, how the bills are paid? You're a leader. Are you a mother with children? You're a leader. Are you a sibling where you're having to take charge maybe over your parents because you're in a caregiving situation? You're a leader. Are you in the classroom as an educator, or are you in administration? Are you a person who people come to and they'll ask you those questions? We need help. We need this. Can you give advice? You're a leader. We all are in some leader. We all are a leader in some capacity, whether you're in the C room or whether you're in your home. We all are a leader, and we have to learn how to lead effectively, and we have to learn how to use our leadership voice. So the first tip on owning your voice is embrace your authentic self. Know who you are. Be self-confident. Become more self-aware. Do a self-evaluation. One of my favorite songs by Michael Jackson was Man in the Mirror. That's what embracing your authentic self means. You have to begin with the man in the mirror. Give yourself that pep talk to build yourself up, to motivate yourself, to encourage yourself, so that you can be authentic in everything you do. Number 2, practice assertive communication. Clearly articulate your ideas while respecting others' viewpoint. People are going to have their views. People are going to agree to disagree. But be confident in what you're saying, but be open to hear what others are saying about what you've shared. Lead with empathy. Show genuine care for your team's well-being and understand their challenges. Cultivate self-reflection. Regularly assess how your leadership style aligns with your core values. Well, we're going to talk about that a little bit more, but do you even have your core values? Do you even know what they are? Have you memorized them? Encourage diverse voices. Foster an environment where everyone feels heard and valued. Whether you're a team with all women from different races and ethnicities, whether you are a mixed team with men and women, you want to make sure as the leader, everyone's voice is heard, because we got to take in consideration there are type A people, there are introverts. How do you as a leader navigate that environment where you have an introvert that can be hidden behind that extrovert or that type A person who's really, really overly confident and they don't mind speaking out? What would you do as a leader to make sure all the voices are heard? Be sure you set boundaries. Be firm about your priorities without compromising kindness. Celebrate your growth. Ladies, toot your horn, honey. Tell yourself, I did good. Tell yourself, oh, I can do this again. Acknowledge and appreciate your progress as a leader. All it takes is one. I'm an educator and I deal with students every semester. And I said, Lord, if you give me one student that I have impacted, I've inspired, I've had a positive or I've been a positive role model to, all it takes is one that'll keep you going. And when you get that one, you can keep moving forward. And that one will add to two, that two will add to three, and it'll become a domino effect. So celebrate your growth as a leader when you get those people tooting your horns, but toot your own horn as well. So I want to leave you with this. I gave you a scenario to think about. Let me reread that scenario for you. Imagine you're leading a team meeting where your critical decision needs to be made. Some voices dominate while others remain silent. How would you recreate or create that space for all perspectives while staying confident in your decision making? So take action. Reflect on the scenario above, what I gave you. Consider how you can implement these tips in your leadership journey. Tip 1 being embrace your authentic self. Tip 2, practice assertive communication. Tip 3, lead with empathy. Tip 4, cultivate self-reflection. Tip 5, encourage diverse voices. Tip 6, set boundaries. And tip 7, celebrate your growth. Share your insights with the trusted mentor peer group. Finally, empower yourself by owning your leadership voice. Your authenticity, your assertiveness, and your empathy will make you an impactful leader. Continue to inspire and uplift those around you, and that's called paying it forward. When you become confident in yourself, you need to pay it forward. You need to inspire, you need to motivate, you need to encourage, you need to empower that next person up under you. And when they do the same, it'll cause a domino effect, and it will have an effect for the generations to come. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 1 of Leadership Edge. I look forward to coming to you weekly with tips, insights on how you can be empowered as a woman and lead successfully. Have a blessed day.